Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. What's going on, Chip?
Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Chip. Guess
Hello,
what,
Jeff.
man?
Hello,
I'm
Jeff.
fired. I'm fired up, man. You know why?
I can
Because
tell by the thumbnail, man. You were like,
Doge is going to the moon. Forget about the XRP
woo!
nonsense. Man,
Dogecoin.
crazy. The Doge. Doge. Thank you, Evil Crypto. SEC v
Evil
Ripple
carrot.
and Evil Carrot. What did I say?
Evil
Actually,
crypto.
Evil.
Man, we're off to a good
And so
start,
it
Jeff.
begins to a great start. We haven't even started yet.
Wow.
SEC v Ripple, SEC motion to dismiss. Are they trying to bury the evidence? That's what I would like to know. But we got so much to cover tonight. A lot of great things to talk about. And Jim D is not at the Jazz Club. So that's a good thing because he's here in the chat. So if you guys are ready and fired up, you guys are ready to get going.
Let's go.
What do you think?
Welcome to On the Chain.
All right.
Welcome to On the Chain, Jeff.
Play that again. What is up?
Oh,
One more time.
you said play it again. Play it again, Sam.
Play it again.
Play it
Sam.
again.
Hit the likes before you forget. If you're brand new here and you've never subscribed before, hit the subscribe button and the bell notifier. That way you get notified every time we go live. And as you walk in, whether you're new or old, hit the thumbs up. That's really cool to do. What's up, Randy?
New or old?
What's up, Hans Loaded? Hans Loaded, helping us produce the other channel. Outstanding work, carving up videos, setting up our time sequencing for each one of these videos. Doing a
Heck
phenomenal
yeah.
job out there.
Hell yeah.
Man, lots of great things. We got Chase over there on Twitch hanging out,
Yay. What's up,
holding down
Chase?
the fort. So that way it's not just
It starts with one, Jeff.
It always
Chase.
starts with one.
Chase is holding
Chase
it
is
down.
hanging in there. He's holding it down.
It'll be there. He's like, that's phenomenal.
And
It's
all
phenomenal.
sorts of other great things. It's phenomenal.
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 You know, I have to say that. So, Jeff, I got to tell you, this one just like this is at press time. It might have been a story. Oh, okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, Jay Hoddle. Let's look at there's a couple of things. Okay, let's start with this right here. We'll pop this up on the screen and we'll see what's going on with this. But
you know why I'm giddy tonight, man? I've been on calls all day from like
same here.
8:30 this morning
Same
on
here,
calls.
8.
And the last few hours were nothing but web calls.
That's all. That's my day every day. Everything's on everything with this.
And you have to be relatively serious on most of them.
Oh, Jeff, it's honestly, if you saw me on these calls, you wouldn't even know it was me. You would think it was a different person that had stolen my body and everything. The whole cadence is different. The delivery is different. But here, we get to be ourselves.
And that's why on your other calls, if someone says Chip, you're like, that's Mr. Chip to you.
Not exactly, but
that's Sir Chip.
I actually asked everybody in business to call me Chip too. So
oh yeah,
look at GDLT. He had a Spaces today.
Coming out strong.
With Ledger City, and unfortunately, I just couldn't make it to it. But I hope it was cool. Hopefully, you recorded. I can check it out later. Thanks for that, G. Appreciate that, man.
G
also a member of On the Chain. You're asking yourself, well, geez, how do we become a member? It's pretty easy. Actually, it's not easy at all. Actually, it's very difficult. If you can find it, and it's so hidden in the description, you have to click it and go here and go there. Because we found out you have to have 30,000 subscribers. And I figured that'll take us another 2 years since we have lost subscribers over the last 30 days. We're not plus, we're negative.
That makes no sense. Makes no sense. But welcome, Colorado. We got Colorado in the house. Don, all the way from Colorado. Don Corbin. That's a cool name.
Don Corbin. Yeah, that's all right. So I wanted to put this up here. So JV, thanks for JV. I found this tweet right here. JayVTheGreat, who's sometimes in the chat, but he's quickly become a go-to person, sharing a lot of stuff out there, man. Really,
he digs up great stuff. Thank you, JV. If you're in here, give a shout out. And JV was here all the time. Now he's busy digging and doing research.
Yeah, he's become Yeah, he's fantastic. He's got a huge following there. So this is something. So ConsenSys put this. Of course, that's Joe Lubin's company. We know him from co-founder and chief racketeer. I mean, marketer of Ethereum, right?
And Kokoro all the way from Chihuahua.
So he said all proceeds from the round will be converted to ETH to further build ConsenSys ultrasound money position as a rebalance its ETH to fiat ratio in line with ConsenSys treasury strategy. JayVTheGreat said, can't make
again?
This. Yeah, well, it's even worse than that. He says, can't make this up. Hey, Hester Pierce, I would love to get your opinion on this. And what he's calling out here is the fact that ConsenSys is utilizing ETH to further build out the ConsenSys Ultra Money. And remember, that was the whole reason, if you remember, when Gasparino asked the SEC to comment on why they were going after Ripple, they said because they didn't fully develop and build out their network. So now ConsenSys has been around for a couple of years, and now they're building something out with ETH, which was an ICO.
It's not fully developed.
It's not fully developed. And then, so if you really want to see
2.0. By the time 2.0 comes out, we're going to be on to 3.0.
Well, let's look at this is the full tweet thread. I'm not saying we have to go through it all, but just to give you a flavor of it. So today, ConsenSys announced the close of a 450 million USD financing round, bring its valuation to $7 billion. So you see he's sitting on this ConsenSys worth $7 billion.
Unreal.
And we know Ripple's on the buyback was a valuation of $15 billion. And then it shows some of the SoftBank. I was surprised that SoftBank is also, if you don't, well, you can just research SoftBank yourself. I don't have to get into it, but just research it yourself. But SoftBank's an investor here as well. You know where SoftBank is from, right, Jeff?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So since founding, ConsenSys has been a pioneer in creating the foundational software for the next wave of the internet, what they refer to as Web3. The mission is to unlock the collaborative power of communities by making DAOs, NFTs, DeFi universally easily to use, access, and build on. And so in January, MetaMask broke 30 million monthly active users accessing Web3 applications, a 42% increase in 4 months. MetaMask, if you guys use MetaMask for anything, just remember, it's a ConsenSys product. Just saying. And by
the way, SoftBank isn't doing so well.
No, they've taken a major hit on the chin.
Really
it all started with WeWork, I believe. I think WeWork was like their plummet down
It was their downfall. But now they're cutting another 1,000 jobs because they have a collapse of the $40 billion, what is this, NVIDIA deal.
NVIDIA. Oh yeah,
so
that's another one.
There's a nice big deal down the toilet. 1,000 jobs lost there, and then you have another one, just 25 billion in tech, brutal winter, another $25 billion loss, and they're not doing so well. This is all just reported today, by the way. So you got a lot of good news.
So you have Infura.io is the leading Ethereum development platform, 430,000 developers, excess of 1 trillion annualized on-chain ETH transaction volume, supported through the Ethereum API. Because people, I guess at the end of the day, they love to pay gas fees, Jeff. You have the regular petrol gas going up, and then you have the gas fees of the Ethereum network going up. Pacific Capital, or Parafic Capital? Parify Capital led the raise after participating in ConsenSys C round. All these other people did the stuff, and funding will support rapid expansion of MetaMask with a major redesign scheduled for the raise. I don't care what they do with MetaMask. It's one of the worst things I've ever used. I don't like using the tool. It's just, first of all, I just don't like browser-based tools. Just don't, Jeff. Funding will be used to accelerate the global adoption of Infura's development tool suite, as well as ConsenSys efforts to drive NFT adoption for artists, content creators, brands. Because, you go buy an NFT and then you pay $100 for the NFT and $150 in gas fees. That's something great you want to spend your time doing.
Love the gas fees.
They have 700 full-time employees at present. ConsenSys hiring will surge this year. Check out our open positions here. Anyway, that's just pretty much it. But again, apparently they slipped away. They slid through. And that's what happens.
$12 UK for diesel. Man, $12. That's brutal.
For diesel, that's rough.
Jeez.
So another one, I want to pull up another JV the Great tweet. So he said,
"Hey, Matt Hamilton. Booted again.
Yeah, Matt, what a great job you did. I watched the Twitch you did the other day, and I really enjoyed it, but it ended it was actually it was good, man. I didn't get to see a lot of
Matt
the stuff
did that. Matt also did that walkthrough of the Ripple House.
Ripple
We were
House,
going to play
great.
that the other night, and then we got tied up in conversation. But
Talking
I thought
about
that was
ridiculous
really cool
things, I'm sure, Jeff.
exactly.
I'm sure we were talking about something ridiculous.
Also, like all the pictures that Matt shows of the beach where he's hanging out with the dog,
Hanging out with a beer,
boarding, hanging
but
out
Jeff,
with a
that
beer.
must have been a great.
Fair
That
enough.
would have been a lot of fun to go to that, hang out at the Ripple House. So amazing to see everybody there. Yeah, it was really cool.
I had to turn down the invite.
It's not an invite; you just had to register for it, Jeff. But it was in Austin, so. And by the way, hang on a second here, Matt. I saw Matt was like getting down with our whole with our emergency vehicle sirens. I saw that tweet too. He was the emergency sirens in the U.S. are, first of all, the vehicles drive slow and they're not loud enough. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, that very same day that you said that, a siren woke me up 3 streets over at 4 a.m. in the morning. And I'm thinking, does Matt know what's going on over here? Because it's not a main. I don't live off a main road. It's like a couple. It's a couple miles away, and that was. It was like with the siren. And here's what I was thinking to myself instantly. I'm like, look, in Europe, you guys have smaller space. The only reason for a siren is to tell the other vehicles to move out the way.
He said, no, they're slow and too loud.
Oh, too loud. Okay, I thought you said they weren't loud enough. So I was like, they're super loud.
Which I don't get that. You go over to Europe and that's all you hear like all night long, right? You just hear. I'm like, what?
And if you live in New York City, you don't get any rest. If you're anywhere in the city, I don't care if you're in the financial district all the way up to past Central Park. I don't care where you are. I don't care what hotel you're staying in, fancy, schmancy, not sirens nonstop all night long.
So Matt was saying the amount he said he would expect them to go in 1,000 miles an hour. So it's like the sound to speed, ratio.
Gotcha. Okay, I gotcha.
What he was referencing, sound to speed ratio versus.
They go pretty fast here. I mean, it depends on how open the roads are. Yeah, if you're like in a city, they're not going to go that fast. But if you're a little bit more
over here, you'll hear like the ambulance, and he's over there in the lane, and people they don't care. Like nobody moves, right? They're just sitting there at the light, and no one's trying to get out of the way. It's always interesting.
Yeah, it's like, and then you look at the plate, and they're always New Yorkers, and I can say that former New Yorker here. Hello, I can spot them. I can smell them a mile away. You can see they're driving. They're reckless. They're all over the road. They're bouncing over curbs, and I'm like, New Yorkers. There's way too many of them down here now in Florida. So anyway, now we're back on track here. JV put this tweet out and he said, nothing is going to happen to Ethereum. There's so much evidence that has been provided anymore, and we're just beating a dead horse. Keep your ETH and continue to buy because obviously it's backed by the SEC, Congress, JP Morgan, disguised whale purchasers, etc. And Jeff, this is what I said.
Interesting.
What may happen to ETH could be worse than the SEC. Competition, baby. Competition could snuff a lot of that action out, especially when you're looking at competition because the longer it takes to make the transition 6 years into ETH 2.0, it's going to lose market share, and it has lost market share over the last year and a half, and it's going to continue. It's not going away. Don't get me wrong, but it will continue to lose market share because innovative companies and innovation will thrive, and that's just kind of how it works.
That's how it's always worked. It's always worked through innovation and competition. Without competition, what do you have?
You have government, Jeff. That's what you have. There's no competition in the government.
That's pretty much it.
It's pretty much what you get. You get one size fits all. If you don't like it, too bad.
That's what you get. How great.
Yeah, you get a bunch of yahoos that supposedly represent you, but then they get there and they're like, hey, this is a cool club, man. What are we going to do? Wait, what are we doing now? Then they get...
Who knows? But Sean Smith is saying, Matt, the emergency vehicles are a bit like ETH. Lots of noise and high gas usage, but still too slow. Oh, what a good way to spin
that. Sean
maybe
Smith.
that's what Matt was actually
Spinning it, man. He was spinning that beautifully.
He was setting it up so Sean could spike it. There we go.
Jeff, this is weird. So somebody tweeted this out.
Well,
and my apologies. I don't know who it was, but the headline was interesting because and maybe Matt knows about this. I didn't know about this, but look at this. You know what? By the way, do you know where Chair Gensler went to, where he taught? He only tells us every time, Jeff. Come on.
Was it Harvard?
Nope. MIT.
Georgia Tech.
There it is right here. So how MIT is using Ripple to push blockchain research beyond theory. MIT has moved its blockchain research from the theoretical to the real world with a project announced earlier this week with Ripple. And I was like, dude, when is this? And I was like, oh, it's from 2016. Interesting. So I was like, yeah, somebody tweeted this out. But I mean, this is amazing stuff people find out there. I had no clue about this at all. Did you?
When was Daddy G there? He was there in like what, 18?
2018, yeah. 2017 and 18, I believe. Yeah, right after, because he was in the
so right after this. He was
it all talks about how they raised money, including venture capitalist Fred Wilson, LinkedIn founder Reid Hoffman. MIT's decision to use Ripple over alternatives was in part due to what Shire had called the startup being very well positioned in finance. The same one that hired Gary Gensler, the same one that ended up going to the SEC. And then it's not like he dropped the lawsuit, but he didn't stop it either, did he? So it's just an interesting story right here that I honestly had no idea about. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
The Ripple project in turn is led by MIT, and that's a real MIT professor. If you go back up, you can see which MIT professor Alex Pentland, managing director David Schreier, and chief tech officer Thomas Herjono. Nice.
Dozens of researchers expected to join over the next 6 months.
What was the outcome? What was the name of the project?
What was the name of it? It was called I don't know. They moved into the real world project here. Expects most recent step to attract a wide range of researchers. One thing to develop a node test blockchain. It's quite another thing to hook up to a large scale global network of nodes. Oh yeah. Research conducted by 7 students, professors. The validator is a server that confirms transactions on the network of which the XRP digital asset sits. Going back to 2015, it's been involved in blockchain tech, mostly through the support of Bitcoin development through its digital currency initiative.
No name to the project.
No, nothing. I think it was just like one of these stories, but it was interesting. Somebody tweeted out. I was like, what?
That's sweet.
I'm like, what is this? Yeah. Never heard of it, Jeff.
All sorts of things going on.
Those
poor MIT students who had to study with Daddy G, they should get a refund. That's right.
Some kind of a refund, Jeff. They should get something, right?
That's right.
Some kind of a refund. And then this story right here, which I will...
Oh, here we go. Forget we have Matt Hamilton in here with us.
Oh, there we go.
David Schreier then went on to run the FinTech course at the Oxford University said School of Business. Now, let's see. That's interesting.
Right. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Thank you for shedding a little bit of light on that.
Now we're seeing some progress.
You get an expert in the house.
That's right. So, Matt, who or what was the name of that project?
Yeah, do you want to come on? Can we get you a link? And you want to pop on real quick and like sort of like let everybody know what's going on? I can send you a quick link if you want to pop in here. Kind of set everybody straight. But it's an interest. It's super interesting. I never knew any of this stuff's going on.
Yeah. That's it.
Of course, Matt knows we could always jump in. He could always pop in. You just pop in, man. You send us a DM you a link. You pop in on your phone for a few minutes, then you pop off. Yeah, come hang out. You leave. That's it. Pretty simple.
Easy
peasy.
Easy.
Even Steven. Easy peasy. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share.
He's in his hammock.
He's in his hammock.
Hanging out in the hammock outside.
Don't bother.
Enjoying the ocean waves.
That's all right.
In relaxation mode.
Okay, so here we go right here. What is this right here? Oh, this is Novatti. Novatti is also a Ripple partner. But I thought this was an interesting, let's go ahead and let's read the tweet first. Then we'll go ahead and play the video. So it says, introducing our cross-border affiliates program. You notice they spelled it wrong, Jeff with an E at the end. That's the British version.
British way.
It's not American
British way. They spell things different.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's also Canadian too. So if you're already operating in a few
Canadians
countries,
also do things different. Man,
yeah,
so confusing.
Yeah, if you're operating in a few different countries, including Australia, then we might be able to help you with your foreign currency settlements. Reach out to us, talk to our business development team at xb@novatti.com. They just burn that URL. They just burn that email, Jeff. You know, once your email gets burned, it's done. You can never stop it, the spam from coming in your box. They didn't even do the clever thing where you put the @ in quotes. They didn't do that either, you know.
Man.
Or the @ and with a paren or brackets. So, but let's look at this thing. Let's see what this little video looks like. Tell me if you can't hear it, let me know.
Are you a remittance business that helps people send money all over the world?
Are you, Jeff?
Maybe.
Maybe. Can you hear that?
I can.
All right, let's listen in.
Do you find it difficult and expensive to find a reliable banking partner? Or want to explore new markets such as Australia, New Zealand, and Canada? That's where Novatti can help. We understand that debanking is a huge issue for remittance businesses in Australia. That's why we have created our affiliate program that covers all requirements involved when conducting remittance businesses in Australia and beyond. We offer services like access to local AUD settlement accounts and accept local payment methods. Talk to Novatti to improve how you pay and be paid.
Info at Novatti.
Are you a remittance business that helps people send?
Remittance business. Man, I like it. I like the name Novatti. It's kind of cool.
It's better than Nova, which means don't go in Spanish. That didn't work out so well for GM. Trying to market a car name that says Nova. Nova means doesn't go.
Huh. Perfect.
Who wants a car? It doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, and then there was this one here too that I was going to share. This one was just it was an older story, but also very cool. This is Ripple partners with Novatti to use XRP remittances in Asia Pacific, despite its legal troubles in the U.S. Blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of hearing about that.
Blah, 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 blah.
Who cares? No legal troubles. They did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
But that's great, man. They joined up with RippleNet, but it's not just that they're tapping into Ripple and RippleNet, but they're utilizing the ODL, the on-demand liquidity, and we're starting to see that expand more and more. So many of these remittance, even MoneyGram. You know, MoneyGram was using ODL mostly for the foreign currency exchange, but that was they had proof positive that they saved a ton of money utilizing ODL in the FX market. And so now you have more on the remittance side, more using the ODL, and that's the game changer in the entire space. Huge. You know, you gotta love, you know, this game changing solution. And man, that's where it's at. I think we're still seeing a lot of these groups being handcuffed.
It comes down. Well, I think that's that new liquidity hub that they built too. I think that really when it comes down to business, it comes down to moving any kind of value from, you know, cross border. Part of the issue that everyone's running into. This was a big thing when you had that flare up in Ukraine and you had all that. A lot of people were speculating incorrectly, but luckily people from like Brad Garlinghouse and a bunch of people out there set people straight, is the fact that there's just not enough liquidity. You just can't. I mean, you're not going to move, you're not going to be going from billions of dollars a day to a couple $100 million. It's not there yet. And that type of liquidity. And I think the other big missing for most people, especially when they start talking about these CBDCs, is the whole idea of interoperability. You need that. Otherwise, you're dead in the water. What are you going to do? You know, speed and interoperability. Matt's
asking about their line of credit function. Man, they also have that line of credit.
Line of credit's another big thing too.
So from a B2B perspective, there's a lot of major plays that are there. Just that all the pieces aren't being connected. From a B2B perspective, you're not using RippleNet. You're not really able to tap into ODL unless you're going through, you know, a banking environment. But line of credit and some of the things that are being rolled out that can help facilitate B2B transaction on a larger scale are very significant. And that line of credit actually helps provide more streamlined business transaction. So they're onto something. They're definitely onto something.
Yeah, here it is right here.
Yep.
So send now, pay later with a line of credit. I don't have to give all the details. I've read. Freeing up capital for your customers' cross-border transactions can be inefficient. At the same time, creating credit arrangements for each destination market's time-consuming. With a line of credit from Ripple, your financial institution can use XRP to complete instant, low-cost cross-border transfers. We allow you to lock in a rate at the time of the payment. Then you repay us when it's convenient for you for a small fee. So that's the beauty of this. Most lines of credit issued in the fiat currency of whatever country you're in, where this has a lot of advantages, especially in the XRP, especially you lock in the rates. You don't have to worry about it. But it says only for use for eligible institutional RippleNet customers, not consumers, not the general public, retail customers yet. That's all. I threw the yet in there. That doesn't exist, but eventually at some point that may actually happen. I would get to the point, but it's not the focus. Ashish Burles says early customer feedback on the line of credit beta shows the service is helping money transfer service businesses make global transactions more affordable. And that's the key, that the affordability of all this, because you can still charge a reasonable fee on it, not an outrageous fee, not a gas ETH fee, not one of those type of fees. But if it only costs drops and you could leverage your tiny little fee on top of it, and you're smoking the competition because nobody can touch what you're doing it for, versus anywhere for this 6 to 8% margin that most of the time we see on these type of activity. So, and I wonder if they give the, I know I've looked into it when they talk about the actual details of the, you have to, it talks about somewhere, I know we looked into this, Jeff, but about the percentage and how it works, like what a 30-day.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah.
That was good. I don't know where we found that, but I don't know if it was on this website, but I know we eventually found it somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to get to some comments here from some of the people, but give me 1 second. I gotta jump off. I'll be right back.
He's gonna jump off. Where is he gonna go? Why am I freezing up?
I froze him.
Why did you do that?
No, I didn't. I don't know why you froze
going on
up.
with my camera, man. Like nothing's
I don't know what
working.
just happened. All of a sudden, you're frozen.
I don't know. I'm not even. I don't even see it showing up.
There you go.
It's so weird.
You're back.
You know what's happening is, you know why? I'll tell you why. Because I'm having issues with my internet.
You're on Wi-Fi.
No, I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Oh.
But I'm plugged in directly to my. This has been happening all day, by the way. So.
All right. Well, to the comments. To the comments. So Matt Hamilton was saying, sorry, I couldn't make it this time, but would be great if you two can broadcast live again.
Yeah, I would love to. And next time we'll go to the Ripple house. And the next time there's a big one, give us we got a heads up from Ripple about a couple days before. We'd love to do that. We love doing live.
That'd be awesome.
That was a lot of fun.
That'd be awesome. But Matt, you're welcome anytime. We definitely need to set it up, bring you back on here on the chain, talk a little bit more in depth.
Talk tech.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So another comment here from Robert Morris. Hey, Jeff and Chip. So what's your guys' thought on Saudi considering the yuan for Chinese oil sales?
There's your thought.
That's it.
There it is.
That's a thought. I mean, it's like they shouldn't be considering
I'll be back, Jeff.
using the yuan for Chinese oil sales. They should be considering another method. But if if there's gonna be issue with SWIFT, which is the only choice right now, hopefully, since Saudi seems to be on the forefront and the UAE seem to be on the forefront with a lot of projects utilizing RippleNet, maybe there's going to be a mechanism for them to go through one of those solutions instead of using the digital yuan. So not in favor of it, but that's our take. I'm sure from the Chinese perspective but even if you look at it from a Saudi perspective, I don't think that's a good move. Let's see. We've got, I like this. This you could call the Chris Crypto Swell weight loss program. So every time I skip a meal, I buy XRP with the saved money. I'm losing a lot of weight. So the Chris Crypto Swell weight loss program pretty outstanding. Maybe that's an easy way to lose weight quick. And so you can just keep skipping meals and, there you go.
Still frozen, Jeff.
You're still frozen. But now it's like you're not just frozen. You got no
video.
You got no image. You
know what it is? You know what it is?
Oh, there you are. You're back.
It's my
now you're frozen.
It's my Google Mesh is messed up today. Something's up with it. I need to reset
you gotta
it or
reboot.
something.
You got to reboot it.
I can't though. I can't do it now.
Oh, yeah. Right now would be tough. Otherwise, you got to run around the house and you got to unplug everything and plug everything back in. But that works pretty easy. That's a good way of doing it. Otherwise, you're going to keep bouncing around, doing your thing. So Veritas Equitas Semper is saying there's absolutely nothing out there that comes close to XRPL. When Swift finally goes the way of the dodo, there will only be one proven choice. And in the end, there can be only one. So let's put it that way. All right, I'm going down the list. And then we got Lee Sands. You think if Gary calls a Saudi prince, they won't pick up the phone? Probably not. I don't think the Saudis are not too pleased right now. They're not picking up the phone for anyone in this side of the world. Oh, so what is this? So Matt Chip, I was on about the Miami meetup. Oh, nice.
Go ahead and pull that up, Jeff.
Message. So where's the earlier message? I gotta scroll backwards and see what the earlier message was. I missed the earlier message. Other than that, can't make it this. Oh, I can't make it this time. I don't think. But it'd be great.
You read that one.
If you two came and broadcast live again. No, it is the Miami meetup. So there's another Miami meetup. So we missed that part. But his message was pertaining to a Miami meetup. But I missed the Miami meetup part. That's what I missed. So, Sean,
not there. No lights. Is that it? No, that's not it.
No, this was the one. He's referencing. He would like to make it, but he's talking about the Miami meetup in this.
No, but we read that one though.
No, I know. But then he came in and said he was referencing the Miami meetup.
Okay, gotcha.
Very interesting. But yeah, if there's another Miami meetup, we'd love to be able to live stream it. That'd be awesome. Have some fun.
Man.
Oh, there you go. Miami meetup, April 6th.
There you go. See, I knew it.
There you go. You heard it here first.
April 6th. When is that? I got to check. I got to reference my. Is it the same place, Matt?
Is it a, what's the topic? The Wednesday night? It's not a weekend?
No. Weekends will be better. Let's meet up.
What time is it at? 8 o'clock?
Don't know.
Give us some details.
I'm trying to flick back over here and see if this works.
Give us some details.
Man.
Only thing Gary's allowed to do is stack his Lunchables. It's pudding. Oh, God. Same place. Different day. So, yeah. Give us some details on it. Get it figured out. We got to figure out what's going on.
Oh, man.
What is going on, Chip?
I don't know.
Your stuff.
It's Google, dude. Google Mesh is garbage.
No, you just got to reset it.
I can't. My wife's connected to it. It's doing work. All right.
So
I'll be back.
So a blog post statement came out. Let me see if I can switch this over here. Throw it up. Let me share it. There we go. So now this is a planned departure. So Commissioner Alisson Heron-Lee, her term is up, expires in June. She's now notified Biden that she intends to step down from the commission once her successor has been confirmed. So obviously she said it was a big honor to serve, being with her fellow commissioners and the staff that are dedicated and tireless public servants. Working alongside them has been a privilege of a lifetime. And now, obviously looking to step down. So if she can step down, that could be, that's an opening. So the question is, who exactly will they be adding to to the commission? Who's going to take her place? And is that person going to be equal to or worse in terms of crypto than Commissioner Alisson Heron-Lee? So that's a big one. So things are changing over at the SEC. A lot of difference. Maybe not. It could be good difference, bad difference, but yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. See what else we got. Oh, Matt, are you not? Matt's not a mod in our thing. Hang on a second. How is that possible? Let's see if I can do it from here. There you go. Matt Hamilton is now officially a moderator. And I want to say a big shout out to Papa Huddle. My dad is just logged in. So Papa Huddle says I'm available. He's available. He's here. Papa Huddle's here. So what do we got? Here we go. Let me throw this up. Okay, so Jim D, Bitcoin 22, Wednesday, April 6th, 10 a.m. to Saturday, April 9th. So 22 days, Miami Beach Convention Center. Oh, wait. So it's at is this the one? It's at the Miami Beach Convention Center. So that'd be a different place. But maybe, oh, that's the Bitcoin. But then the Ripple event is going to be at the same location. Very cool. All right, so we need to get a link to that event or see what's going on. Matt, you are now officially a mod, so you can now post. You can post your comments in the chat, or you can post the link. If you want to throw the link up there, Matt, you have the power. You can even block people now, which is really cool. So now you're part of the Blue Crew, and you can block people and do all sorts of cool things. So you've got it. You've got it. All right. What else we have here? CG. Here we go. Details. We're excited to host our second Miami meetup for the XRP Ledger community members on April 6th from 6 to 8 at the lab in Miami or Wynwood. So that would be great. We got to plan on this. We got to set that up. So links, whatever we have, looking over here at the list. So very cool. So now we know the second Miami meetup for the XRP Ledger community members. Who's going to be the guest speaker? Who is going to be the guest? So if we can get in there, we can live stream it. That'd be outstanding. And when we live stream it this time, we're going to have multiple cameras. So we'll get 2 cameras going. So we have different camera angles. We'll set it up really cool. It'll be great. Hopefully there's no conflicts on the schedule. So if there's a conflict on the schedule, then might be a little bit difficult. So we'll figure that out. So, but excited about it. That'd be great. But it'd be our pleasure to live stream it for all the people out here that can't attend in person. Would be great. It's good. I'm starting to lose my voice. So, what else? Man, Phoenix Starborn also joining us. Outstanding to see you. What is up, Phoenix? Good to see you. Man, that would be outstanding. You know what? Who's Matt? Who's organizing the event? Maybe we can reach out to the Miami mayor. I mean, it is an XRPL event and not like a other type of event, but it could be interesting. Got a couple of congressional candidates. Got one. She's very pro crypto, but she's running a little bit north of Miami. We could bring her. Maybe invite her as a speaker. But let us know. Maybe we can reach out to the mayor of Miami. So let us know. Let us know if that is something. Time's ticking. So we're kind of running close to April 6th. That could be a little bit more difficult. Did want to pull this up, and this is kind of the topic and theme of tonight. I want to start with a Deaton tweet, and then we're going to move on to a Filan tweet and some of the others that kind of posted from there. Chip?
Still messed up. I read it's
Man,
bad
what in the world?
bad mesh. Google Mesh is not working tonight.
Matt, that could be awesome. Amy Huber is the organizer from the Ripple side. I'll let her know. Man, Matt, have her reach out to me. I think you have my cell phone. If not, email. You have the On the Chain email. You can shoot it over there. But
what did I miss?
So we're talking about. Someone said try to get the mayor of Miami to speak at the event, the XRPL event. So I don't know if they have the whole itinerary planned out, but I do have a congressional candidate that is running up here in this area that's very pro crypto, and so it could just be interesting to have people that are actively involved or getting ready to be actively involved. And so that could be an interesting reach out. We can figure that out. So, but I was thinking we could even invite Eric Adams down here. He could fly down from New York and tell us all about how he gets paid. And
we haven't heard anything about Bitcoin since he became mayor. It's weird.
Zero. Actually, the exact opposite. Right? It's like it's unwound.
Well, he's no Francis Suarez. I'll say that. Okay.
He is not that.
He did not create New York coin. He did not create. He doesn't have Miami. Miami coin is awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God. So, where's I almost threw that up. Where's my them to the tweet I was throwing over? So I'm pulling up a John Deaton tweet. John Deaton. Then we'll go into the other ones. But so John Deaton was saying more evidence that this motion is the biggest one in the case. Like I said, what is the likelihood that one person in a 63 email chain back in 2018, while XRP and ETH were battling for the number 2 spot, replied, "What about XRP?" Yeah, I mean, so, and he's kind of commenting on James Filan, and he said, XRP community SEC v Ripple XRP, the SEC files letter claiming Judge Torres's ruling on the motions to dismiss makes SEC internal documents, including the Hinman emails and the Estabrook notes, irrelevant, and that the SEC should not have to disclose them. Chip, are you still here, at least in audio?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah. So what do you think? So the SEC making this claim, right, that the fact that Judge Torres ruling on the motion to dismiss makes the SEC internal documents, including the Hinman emails and the Estabrook notes, irrelevant, and the SEC should not have to disclose them. Is this
a Hail Mary? That's what
it is. A Hail Mary. But here's the question that I have. The SEC is put in place to protect retail investors. The SEC is put in place to help and facilitate corporations navigate. At what point did the SEC get put in place to win a lawsuit at all costs, including trying to bury evidence that's pertinent to the case?
Well, I mean, if you had a really strong case, you would just go to it. You'd get right to it. They don't have a strong case. They are in Panicville because they lost, because they did not strike the fair notice. And everybody keeps saying, well, the Howey test. Well, good luck. They have to go in there and prove all 4 prongs of it. I mean, you hear Gary Gensler only reference one. And they're going to just try to delay. And if you saw in that interview with the John Deaton interviewed Jeremy Kaufman of Library, he said it. His advice would be hide as much as you can. Don't be open. Do not be transparent. Don't go in there and talk to them. They're gonna nail you and hammer you. And that's sad. That's a sad thing, but that's the reality of what we're dealing with here.
Yep. That's it. That is it. So some of the commentary here, James was saying Ripple will get an opportunity to respond. Magistrate Judge Nepern won't decide either motion without hearing from the defendants. And here I like this here, XRP Crypto Wolf. At what point does Judge Torres put her foot down and do something about the huge amount of disrespect the SEC keeps showing her? And then
Brian Monarch.
There he is.
Here on the chain.
We had him here. And go check out onthechain.io. Go to interviews, and you'll see an interview with comedian Brian Monarch.
Who does all those deep fakes of Gary Gensler that were awesome.
Exactly. Have you ever seen an organization make it more obvious that there are really bad things in a sealed document before?
Don't look at the, hey, don't go. It's like, hey, you know what? You can come in and search my house. Just don't look in that closet. Wait, what?
Yeah,
you can check out the don't look in that closet. Wait, what? don't look in there. No, just
whatever you do.
What's in there? Nothing. Can I look in there? No.
So Crypto Ditto said the balls of this agency is messed up. Here you have a government regulating agency who's inferior to the judicial system that informs the judiciary that its decisions are irrelevant. What at WTF? SEC is not bound by court or judicial pronouncement. America, you got a messed up system.
True.
Look at
I
that
vote for all of the above, Jeff. Correct.
And it is true where, you know, you have this agency like, yeah, we're not going to.
It's messed up.
We're not responding. We're going to do what we want, and you got nothing to say about it.
Well, that's what was so shocking in that interview with John Deaton when he had Jeremy Kaufman, by the way, also on the chain. But you know what I find interesting about that, Jeff, is the whole thing to me. If they say come on in, it's almost like you walk in, there's a tripwire, an anvil comes at your head, and you know it's like the Wile E. Coyote, the Roadrunner. Come on in and talk to us about what? I mean, Ripple's been talking to them every single move they've made for the last 8 years, and they're like, you know what? But we've been in. I know we've had them in our offices, but just thinking it might be a security job. And you know the other thing that bothers me a lot is Jay Clayton out there, like he's on all these TV shows, like he alone is the king of crypto. Like he's like, well, I mean, dude, you were chair for 3.5 years. You bailed early because I don't know, because you got to go get your job back. You got to work at One River, but he's like the arbiter of all things crypto, and it's disturbing because every single interview he gave that smug look. We'll decide if it's a security. Well, can you tell us about XRP? We'll talk if it's a security, and if it is, we'll prosecute them. I know, but we're just can you comment on this? We can't comment on any coins. I mean, he was smug, and now he's on the TV shows with that weird hair of his, and he's just such a weirdo. I don't know. The whole thing is upside down. It's like, can you imagine, Jeff? You go to MIT to teach about crypto, only so you can make that next jump to the chair of the SEC to go prosecute crypto. That makes no sense. The other flip around is if you're chair Clayton, you sit there and you hammer. He didn't go after stuff, but he was ineffective. He didn't do anything. I would say. Right.
Didn't do anything until the last moment.
Right, but then drop the lawsuit and then go run over to One River and this one and that one and hit him in and Simpson Thatcher everything.
It would be insulting if it weren't so absurd.
Well, that's solid comment right there. It would be if it wasn't.
What is up, DNI? Way over there in Thailand.
Government equals unlimited funding. Yeah, it does. But you know what? When you bring up the Saudis, yeah, I mean when the U.S. was taken off the gold standard in 1971, the whole idea behind it was there was too many speculators, and everyone's like, okay, because everyone's sleeping, no one's paying attention, no one's taking their fiat and converting it to gold at that time. So everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense. Well, then massive inflation set in, and it's like we're living through the 70s all over again with the mass inflation, except it's super noticeable now as it was then. And guess what? We never returned to that. So they cut a deal with the Saudis saying that all petrol would be purchased with the US dollar, would become the reserve currency. And that was supposed to be the savior thing. Now you got the Saudis going, well, go ahead. I mean, go if you want, go use the yuan. I mean, that's what's starting to happen is everything's going to uncouple, and we'll see what ends up winning in the end. But you can't continue to print. In the last 3 years, they printed tens of trillions of dollars. It's ridiculous. I think it's only $12 trillion. It's ridiculous in just the last 3 years alone.
That's why.
But Jeff, somebody brought up a good point. Somebody brought up a good point in one of these forums. They said, well, hey, wait a minute. If you can just print the money, why are we paying taxes?
That's exactly.
What are we paying taxes for, Jeff? I mean, if you can just print the money, It's like to keep everybody in line with the
we'll print it.
The hook.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Why are we paying taxes?
We're gonna
Why
tax your crypto? Well, just
you're gonna tax my
just
crypto? You're gonna
make
take
your own.
Just remember, governments don't make anything; they just take everything. That's it. It doesn't
They
matter
can't
what
even make
government.
their
It
own
doesn't
crypto.
matter what form of government. It's always the same in the end.
Bad.
It's always bad, Jeff.
Always bad. One eye Willie.
Not
if Ripple
if.
wins, I hope the SEC pays back all that money. And
that would be
interesting. That'd
wouldn't
be a
that be
nice
funny?
Judgment. Turn around.
Turn around, pay SEC owes $30 million in legal fees, plus the hardship fees to all the XRP holders.
Yeah, and about $1 trillion. I'd say a couple billion. Who knows what the losses were to over this period of time? All those. That'd be good. Payback is a bitch.
Yep, it sure is.
And Coining is saying he got a job offer at One River.
Well,
just wondering with your stash, was it a job offer or were you buying One River? No. So let's see. We got Bird Dog. The crypto chip is spot on. Not sure about what chip, but it was something.
Everything, Jeff. All you have to know is it's everything. It's everything.
You sound amazing. Do that again. Don't know.
Is
he a Muppet?
Muppet.
I don't know.
I was having some. I'm not happy with my. I'm not happy with this mesh over here. This Google Mesh. I was doing weird stuff all day.
How's the Google Mesh impacting your wired connection?
Because I'm plugged into the wired connection to the Google Mesh because I'm routed through the Google Mesh. It's a weird setup.
Oh,
but I only
in. Got it.
because I need. I don't have that extra.
That's what you need to reset.
Because of my router, I don't have that extra one. I had to plug in the Google Mesh into the router, and I've got my connection running through there. It should be a pass through, but it's not. Was what I've discovered today. No.
Interesting.
It should be a pass through, but it's not, Jeff.
Every so often one dies. Actually, I've only had one die. But Papa Hotto saying printing money makes it a digital currency, same as crypto. Most people don't have much cash.
There you go. That's pretty much it. That's why we said, who was it that said it was that said we already have digital money? It's like you couldn't do it if you did a run on the banks today. You couldn't even get a minuscule amount out of the banks. So that's a really good point.
That's all it is. And they're not printing.
There was a great article in Forbes. Unfortunately, I don't have a subscription to it, but it was talking about Voatz, VOATZ, was used in May by the Arizona Republicans for their state convention. It's a blockchain-based voting system. Again, in South Dakota Republican state convention, and then it was used for Michigan's Democratic state convention in August. So, but
I'd like to see that roll out. That'd be nice, man.
Yeah, but I think there's some other critics.
Blockchain based.
It is blockchain based, but there's some other things they pointed out that could be compromised. So, because the system we have right now is so good, anyway.
That's perfect.
We have such a great system. Is it in with a Z? Yeah, VOATZ votes.
The one that was developed over in China.
I don't know where it's developed. I mean, it's hard to say anymore, Jeff. It really is.
2018 first. Here, I'll pull it up. There it is. Secure, accessible voting at your fingertips. The future of voting is mobile. Yeah, I kind of like that.
One of the other issues they had was getting everybody in the system
on it,
verified.
In
that's
the
another
system,
that's another issue.
You know what I say? Give voting to American Express. They'll figure it out. They know how to run that.
Sure, why not? Give it to the post office. Remember that post office patent? Because they're such a trusted source right now, Jeff. I mean, what could go wrong with voting? I mean, they can't even deliver letters, but don't worry, they're going to take care of your vote, right? Sure, okay, that makes sense. I mean, why not?
I have a feeling Voatz took their business cue from what's his name over at Litecoin, Charlie Lee, and Litecoin. Well, Voatz. Right. So support us. Purchase this T-shirt.
I'm out.
So
Close
trying
it up,
to trying to roll out
We're done.
the biggest blockchain rollout in voting history, and you're gonna roll now. They actually have invest in Voatz.
Oh yeah.
Your support will help us increase accessibility.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna invest. They've raised $2.1 million from 117 investors.
Pretty strong.
It's a pretty strong turnout so far.
It's a pretty strong turnout.
First goal was hit, but you can still invest.
But you forgot, Jeff. There's one investor for 2.2 million 500 or whatever 100,000.
Right. But what happens when you invest? Are you getting anything? If I'm going to invest, I want something. I don't want a T-shirt. I want a piece of the company.
No, you buy the T-shirt because it supports the effort. Apparently, I don't know.
I invested $1 million and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
I don't know how it works.
1.9 million voters served. 87 successful elections, U.S. and international. $2.3 million lifetime revenue. 11.2 million raised from Eldridge, Medici Ventures, Techstars, Urban Innovation. There you go. That's where the money came from.
This one here.
Techstar. I wonder if they went to MIT.
I don't know. It's hard to say, but XRP Supercard, thank you for that. He says, great USA, land of unpropernet. Very sad. I'm not sure.
Unpropernuity.
Unpropernuity.
Like unopportunity.
Unpropernuity. Yeah, I got you. That's unopportunity, unpropertunity.
Yeah. Very sad.
Yikes. It's sad indeed. But it's only temporary. Don't worry. Don't get too worried.
Yeah. This is a great idea, though. I like the idea. I want to see all voting on the blockchain.
But you know what, though, Jeff? If you scroll up a little bit, scroll up.
I'm up as far as it goes.
Keep going. I want to see the two people of the company.
Keep going. You want the owners? The founders?
The owners. Yep. Put them up. You got to scroll that page up. Go back to that page and scroll the page up. Go back to the page.
No, it's already gone.
I wanted to read the guy's name. You were just on it 3 seconds ago.
Oh, well, we got to find it again.
He had 3 names: Jesse, Taylor, Thomas. You know why?
Those are the guys that were investing.
Those are I don't think
that was Carnegie Mellon.
No, it wasn't. It was one of the guys. One of the guys' names.
All right.
Anyway, it's gone.
Go back
Forget
to
about
invest.
it. Let's go to this. Let's go to something. Let's go to a real story.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Banks on alert for Russian reprisal cyber attacks on SWIFT payments messaging system could be targeted in a pinch.
There you go.
Point of global transactions network.
Nice.
You see what they're setting it up for, Jeff? Yeah, because I mean, who would want to take out SWIFT? And now they're like, oh, poor SWIFT is going to get hit. Senior executives responsible for cybersecurity at several banks told the Financial Times that the threat to SWIFT, which enables banks to send trillions in payments across borders every day, could escalate if more Russians lenders are expelled from the system. What do you think about that, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Who cares? It's SWIFT. Nobody cares about SWIFT. I mean, really, it could go belly up tomorrow. No one cares. It's like, wait, I don't have to wait 6 days for my payment to get there. Okay, there's better things.
Yeah, and the thing is, they try to come after. It's this craziest thing. So they're coming after Russia, and they're going after them, pulling them off of SWIFT, coming after their oligarchs, and then they say, well, what about oil? What about? Oh no, we're gonna continue buying. Well, how are you gonna transfer your money to Russia? Oh yeah, we got to use SWIFT. So
sounds shady, man.
Sounds very shady. Or are they paying them in gold bullion? Maybe they're sending pallets of $150 billion at a time. Oh no, that was just under the Obama administration to Iran.
Ooh, you had to slip that one in there.
Pallets of unmarked bills, 150.
We don't want any marked, otherwise how are you going to use them?
Oh, that's right. Yes, untraceable.
You know what time it is?
It is that time. So, and you know what that means?
I know what it means.
You know what that means? We are out of here. We do stream 6 days a week, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Easierly
at the 8 a.m. We got to get to the 8 a.m.
That's how you do it. And you know what else you do?
Go to onthechain.io, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe, the bell notifier. If you want to listen in podcast form, you can go over to onthechain.io. If you want to go check out some of the very cool interviews that we've had, like with Matt Hamilton and others, go to onthechain.io and click interviews, and you'll see all that good stuff. And tomorrow is another night. I think it's actually Wednesday night, which is very cool. And Chip, we're trying to figure out this whole thing for the next XRPL meetup, April 6th, 6 to 8. So check your schedule, and we got to figure that out. we can get over there and stream it live.
That'd be awesome if we can do it. If we can do it, Jeff.
Yep, but we got to get clearance from Matt Hamilton and gang to make sure they're good with it. We'll make sure that we can lock that in. So we'll check our schedules, make sure that's doable, and look forward to it.
Great. That's all we have. Guys, just come on back tomorrow night. We'll have more on the chain for you. Chip and Jeff out. You ready, Jeff?
Chaser's late.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Are we out of here?
We are out. Paper Chaser
out.
says, "What's up, family?"
What's up, family? See you later.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.